Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Board. We got some breaking news early this morning. The Las Vegas Raiders have gone out and they have signed quarterback Nick Mullens. Personally, for me, I think that this move is a absolute perfect move in terms of what you're going to be looking for and a backup quarterback to Derek Carr. There is a 0% chance that the signing of Mullens means anything more than that he's going to be a backup in the National Football League. And I've actually talked about Mullens multiple times on this show for the simple fact of last season alone, Mullens was the quarterback that the Raiders ended up going up against because, if you remember, there was an injury to Baker Mayfield. It was during that Browns game. Mullens, I don't think he played all that great, but he's always been a halfway decent backup, whether he's been with the 49ers or whether he's been with the Cleveland Browns. Now, when I think of the best Nick Mullens version, I kind of get a bad memory of when Mullens absolutely torched the Raiders, threw for 262 yards, almost a perfect passer rating back in 2018, and had 3 touchdowns. But what you're going to see here, and I anticipate this is going to be a one-year style of deal. I know the Raiders already went out and got Garrett Gilbert, but we're going to break down everything you need to know about Nick Mullens from the stats standpoint, where he is exactly going to be on the depth chart, if he's going to be ahead of Garrett Gilbert or not. But as always, I know nobody here yet is at Chat Sports Studios. I was the first one to get here. Also, just fair warning, we've had 3 fire alarms go off, and I was like, Raiders sign Nick Mullens. I'm not going down, so they're going to have to wait on me. So if you hear a fire alarm go off, I'm just letting you know right now. So what I want you guys to do, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications, because if it's bright and early in the morning, like I know a lot of y'all on the West Coast are going to wake up to, oh, wow, the Raiders signed Nick Mullens. Guess who's going to be one of the very first people to break it down for you? That's right, us, here on the Raiders Report. So hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. So Nick Mullens, he was undrafted, in 2017 out of Southern Miss. He's 6'1", 210 pounds. He's from Little Rock, Arkansas, is where he grew up. He's with the San Francisco 49ers from 2017 to 2020. This is where he got most of his opportunities. Now, some injuries stepped in for Jimmy Garoppolo. Then also, Mullens was battling it out with, I'm trying to think of the quarterback's name. He was a quarterback for Iowa. That's all I remember. However, I always liked what I saw Adam Mullens. He was always ready to come in and compete. He was also on the Philadelphia Eagles last season. However, he was on the practice squad there. But from the moment he steps on the field, you could tell Nick Mullens is a gamer. Now, he was not given the athletic ability or the God-given talent that a starting NFL quarterback is looking for, but I think he's done a halfway decent job. You're going to get a player who's able to come in. He's got 17 starts underneath his belt. He got 8 starts back in 2018. In 2020, he also had 8 starts. Now, in his career record is 5-12. Again, I could sit here and say he wasn't on the best teams at those current times, at least back in 2018. In 2020, he was on a talented team, I thought. And then you look at some of these career numbers, 64.6% completion percentage, 4,861 yards, 26 touchdowns, 22 interceptions. Again, not a world breaker by any means whatsoever. But in the one game that he started last season, was the game up against, guess who, the Las Vegas Raiders, where he went 20 for 30. He had 147 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. It was a ugly style of football game, but it was a must-win game for both teams. The Raiders, luckily, were able to edge it out here. But I think really what you're seeing here for the Raiders is just looking for somebody who they know that they can bring in, who's going to work his tail off, and who's going to push other players in practice to get better. So with that being said, what I want to know right now down in the comment section is, give me your grade for the Raiders going out and getting Derek Carr, I saw Derek Carr pop up on my Twitter feed, for going out and getting Nick Mullens. A, B, C, D, or F. I'm going to go ahead and give it a B grade because I think he is a good backup, and I think he's going to be able to come in here and do exactly what you're hoping for out of a backup. Make the starter better, make the players in practice better, and also you're going to go ahead and try to push Garrett Gilbert. The Raiders for a while have been looking for another quarterback. Not to compete with DC. Josh McDaniels 2 days ago spoke about how he wants to try to build quarterbacks, or how he wants to try to mold these guys into players that he believes can be successful, because not only do you need to have backup quarterbacks that are successful, but you also know QBs go for more draft picks. So if you're able to create a quarterback here that another team's like, oh, wow, that guy's halfway decent, we might be able to use him in a pinch, you trade him for a 5th-round pick. If you're able to trade Nick Mullens for a 5th-round pick next year, then this deal was worth it. If you're able to go in the draft and get a quarterback, and you're able to then turn him into, let's say, a pick a round or 2 rounds higher than what you drafted him a year or 2 later, that's a good pick. So I like this move here a lot by Josh McDaniels. And if Derek Carr goes down, I've said multiple times that the season is more than likely over. Nick Mullens at least gives me a sliver of hope that if this Raiders team on the defensive side and on the offensive side of the football is talented enough, that maybe, just maybe, the season wouldn't be over. Like if we had a, God forbid, a Derek Carr situation where he goes down with an injury and then you're stuck with A.J. McCarron, I would have a lot more confidence in Nick Mullens than I would A.J. McCarron. And the last time that I spoke about some quarterbacks, I didn't bring up Nick Mullens' name because, to be honest with y'all, I thought that he was going to go for a little bit more money. I get that he's been a backup, but Nick Mullens is a pretty good deal here for the silver and black. Now, when you talk about more stuff when it comes to Nick Mullens, if you guys have any questions, remember you can always throw them down there in the comment section. I'm going to be making a few videos today on locals, so if you want even more exclusive content, if you want more questions that you want to have asked to me, come on over to locals. The link is raidersreport.locals.com. I am going to be going live a little bit later on today, and then on top of that, you're also going to get another exclusive video for locals. So if you want to become a member, that's 100% free. If you're looking for exclusive content only, then that's $10 a month or $100 a year, and it's essentially an extra live video, 2 extra exclusive videos, and you get to know me a little bit better if that matters to some of y'all. So the news bright and early this morning, good morning, Vietnam, is the Las Vegas Raiders have gone out, and they have signed backup quarterback Nick Mullens. And this is a very important day to remember that today is April Fool's Day. And you are going to see a lot of people out there throw out fake news. If I don't tweet it out, if I don't come live on here, if I don't post it on Instagram, it means it did not happen. So today is a very good day to go ahead and give me a follow on those platforms as well. Because you already saw this morning, Ian Rappaport got. David Njoku tweets out, hey, I'm getting traded. And then, or he wants to be traded, and then a few seconds later goes April Fools, and apparently now they're getting on a contract extension. These top guys like Rappaport, they can get got too. So just make sure you're doing your homework. Make sure you're not trusting somebody on Twitter who's got a crazy name and they tweet out something about Tyrann Mathieu or Stephon Gilmore. If those things happen, then yes, absolutely, we will go ahead and we will start breaking all of that stuff down for you. But again, the news bright and early this morning, the Raiders have gone out. They have got Nick Mullens. He is going to be the backup quarterback to Derek Carr. At least that's my opinion. But what do y'all think? The Raiders, remember, they tried out Trevor Siemian. He didn't end up signing. The Raiders also signed Garrett Gilbert. So you have Garrett Gilbert and you have Nick Mullens. I want to know down in the comment section, who is the better quarterback? If you think it's Nick Mullens, type NM. If you believe it's Garrett Gilbert, I want you to go ahead and type GG. The reason why I am going to go ahead and type NM is because I can watch the tape, I can see the experience, I see the arm talent, but most importantly, it's up here. Nick Mullens has it up here where Garrett Gilbert doesn't quite have it. But what I do like is the Raiders went ahead and they found a quarterback that fits Josh McDaniels' system. Mariota's a better backup than Nick Mullens, and I don't want to get that twisted. However, you might be able to make an argument that Nick Mullens could fit this system that the Raiders are going to run, 2 tight end set, play action, a little bit better than what somebody like Mariota was going to be able to do. So I looked at the Raiders quarterback last season. Derek Carr, Mariota, and Nathan Peterman. It might be crazy to say, but I might actually have a little bit more confidence in Garrett Gilbert and Nick Mullens helping out the players at practice and the practice squad guys more than what Nathan Peterman and Mariota did. And if anybody thinks that's not important, then you haven't watched a lot of Patriots football, because there is nothing more important than getting in good practice reps. And it was important to Gruden too, but getting in good practice reps, which then can translate to production on the field. That way when those really clutch moments come up, nobody freezes up. Everybody knows their responsibility. And that's always what's been great about the Patriots teams. Everybody knows their responsibility day in and day out. You come in, you work your tail off, which is why this Nick Mullens move is a surprising one, but a one that I do like quite a bit. So here are the final contract details. They literally just came out. This is from Field Yates. And the Raiders are signing quarterback Nick Mullens to a 1-year deal. He gets a little over $1 million guaranteed with a chance to earn up to $2.5 million. Derek Carr starts with Mullens and Garrett Gilbert behind him. That's what we expected. So it's a 1-year deal, a little over 1 year, a chance to earn up 2.5. That chance to make up to 2.5 is everything I needed to hear because they didn't give Garrett Gilbert that type of chance to make up to it. So if DC were to go down, he has an opportunity to come in there, make a few extra dollars and bills. But for that type of money, for a quarterback with Nick Mullens, who has started, like I said, 17 games, it's a cheap contract. That's what you're hoping that the Raiders could do. Save a little bit of money on the QB position. Now, yesterday when I made a video, the Raiders were at $6.24 million in salary cap space, and I'm glad I got the contract details because now I can talk about the cap a little bit. We still don't have the exact 100% numbers, but a little over $1 million to me is going to sit here and say, all right, let's just say the Raiders now are somewhere around $5 million in overall cap space, which is bottom 5 in the NFL, but you also have to remember the Raiders are going to get another $11.75 million after Corey Littleton after June 1st, and they're also going to get about $10 million from Carl Nassib. I could see free agents like the Honey Badger, like Stephon Gilmore, like Calais Campbell, even somebody like Kyle Van Noy waiting patiently until after the NFL draft, because if certain teams don't get players that they want, okay, now these guys know I'm going to get extra money. Also, players know that a lot of that after that post-June 1st, teams have more money and aren't afraid to wait because they know that their value is. Stephon Gilmore knows he's the top cornerback. Honey Badger knows he's the top safety. Calais Campbell probably thinks he's the top defensive tackle. And if you really truly believe that, your payday is going to come sooner rather than later. So even though the Raiders haven't made a big move in a few days, be confident, be patient, because the Raiders will have some extra money a little bit later on. All right, y'all, I'm heading out. I got to make some more videos here around Chat Sports. And again, good morning. The Las Vegas Raiders went out and they signed Nick Mullens to a 1-year guaranteed deal with a chance to earn up to $2.5 million. Derek Carr gets his backup. The Raiders get their backup as well. And Garrett Gilbert, welcome to the practice squad. All right, y'all, if you made it this far in the video, then we're doing something right here around the Raiders Report. If you want more videos, then I want you to go ahead and click this button up here. That's going to get you more videos from the Raiders Report. And if you're like, all right, I want even more, then go ahead and click this button up here. And to make sure you never miss anything going on around the silver and black, whether it's trades, free agency, I got you up to date. I want you to go ahead and click this button right here.